Hey, hey.
I'm so hungry.
I'm dying here.
Already? The girls look like they're doing fine.
Was that Estelle? Listen, her stomach's rumbling too.
I can wait, though it's been a little difficult.
That sounded like it came from Rita.
Judy, you too? You're trying to see who can hold out the longest?
Perhaps a diet is a little bit like a competition in holding out.
A diet? What do you need a diet for? Especially you, Rita. Lose any more weight and you'll...
I'm just waiting until I finish
Disappear?
reading this book, okay?
Huh. So even the Union can't sit still when it knows a princess of the Empire is out on the loose.
Then the Dawn knows that I'm a candidate for the Imperial throne, too.
Yup. That's why he told me to come keep an eye on you.
Dang.
So you're here to observe her? That's kind of creepy.
Really?
What? Is it just me?
Anyway, here I finally catch up with you, and I wind up sticking my foot in that mess back there. It hasn't been easy for old Raven.
But why worry so much about Estelle?
It's only natural considering the state of things between the Empire and the Union.
Each side is trying to feel the other out. The Dawn just wants to keep track of their movements.
So, you're all planning on looking for this pharaoh by going to the sands of Kogor? Yes. Do you know what sort of place a desert is?
Well, it's hot and dry, and they've got a lot of sand there.
Oh, okay.
That's putting it lightly. It's not as easy as all that, though. Our plan is to...
And then?
Then I guess we'll go...
I don't even know where to begin commenting on.
So it's not just that you don't want to go back to the castle anymore, right?
It'd be easier on old...
No. I'm sorry, but I have to know the truth behind Pharaoh's words.
Huh. Well, the Desier continent actually...
Why is that?
I've got to go to Nordopolica for another errand I'm running for the Don.
Oh boy.
Have to deliver a letter to Bellius.
Whoa, that's pretty important.
That's the boss of the Colosseum, and ruler of Nordopolica, isn't...
Technically speaking, he's called the Duce.
The Duce.
Do you know what's written in the letter?
It's got something to do with those monsters that attacked Dongris. In particular about that pharaoh chap you all are
How
following.
we all doing tonight?
The Don thinks Bellius will know something about that monster.
Looks like it just became worth our while to pay this Bellius a visit.
Right.
So if you don't mind, Raven here will just tag along with you.
That's fine, but you'll have to follow the laws of brave Vesparia.
Got it. It's not like I can go join in your guild, you know? You understand.
Why can't you join Brave Vesparia?
It's against the rules for anybody to be in two guilds at the same time. And I guess technically
Correct.
speaking, you are a member of Altosk.
What do you mean, technically?
So are we done? I'm gonna go get some rest. Okay.
Go get some rest.
What do you think Rita's gonna do?
What in...
Does this mean we're on our own until we leave tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll all meet down at the harbor then.
Okay. Old spy.
What's the matter, boss?
I don't...
The boss is the boss. What would you have me calling you instead?
Just call me whatever you called me before. This boss thing seems a little over the top. It makes me feel silly to have you calling me.
Don't you think you'll get used to it?
Well, maybe.
Well, you know way more about guilds than I do, right?
I guess. The boss of a guild has to stand as a role model for everyone else. I wonder if I could be that great of a person.
Come on, it's not like you're expected to be the best boss ever from the very beginning. You can take it a little at a time. For now, our guild has a job to complete.
You're
What
right.
kind of job?
First, we need to take Estelle to meet Pharaoh. But do you think we'll be able to meet him?
I forgot that
Our
was our
guild's
job.
job is to figure out a way to meet him. If we can't meet him, we won't get our reward, and people will lose confidence in our abilities. That's all there is to it.
True.
I think we may have picked something a little too tough for our first job.
It's more of a challenge that way, and our reward will be that much bigger, too. Let's make the
Also
best
true.
of it.
Yeah.
It won't let me go that way.
I said that I will deal with things in my... But I let Cumore escape that easily. I don't know how I could explain this to Flynn. I know. We have Guild's job to deal with rather than Cumore. Yeah, I just can't let him loose. Men of his kind will never learn, and will always repeat the same. I'll have to do something. I left the Empire and formed a guild for this kind of He will get what he deserves.
He sure will. Ooh. Here's some neat swords. A real knight sword. Iron Maiden. Jeez. Missing something? What am I missing? I got all the pieces. Oh, okay. Now I realize I need 5 of everything, and I've got 3 of everything. Oh, we broke up. It's not, we're not all together. That's what it is. I'm like, why is it only giving me... these things? Now I know. Huh. Cool. Nothing here. Not launching any boats again.
I can't believe we have to
What? You ain't happy?
Well, I'm not exactly jumping for joy.
You're too
Sure.
glum. Lighten up. Didn't I stand together with you in the face of...
That was only because you had to. I still haven't forgotten about what you did at Nor Harbor.
True.
You still remember that. Some people just don't know when to give up.
I'm not about to make a list of all your offenses. Saying that I'd rather not have your company on our trip is already more...
Don't worry, don't worry. I'll be on my best behavior. I behaved myself at Cave Mock and Gasparos, didn't I?
Yeah, that sure would be nice.
What should worry you more is whether or not these old bones will be able to keep up with you youngins for much longer.
You plan on sticking with us until Estelle goes back to the castle?
True.
The Don ordered me to keep an eye on the girl. I ain't got much choice in the matter.
Sounds like a tough job.
I wonder if I could hand her over to the Imperial Knights somewhere.
I can see it in your eyes, old man. You're thinking bad.
Nah, not at all.
Well, it's really too bad that you're going to be traveling with us. But might as well make the best of it.
What do you mean, really too bad? Well, whatever. Anyway, Raven the Great is going back to the inn. Later.
Adios. Why is it locked? Yeah, let's do it. Or not, time in.
I'm just in court. Whenever something or someone catches my eye, I forget all about everything else. I really lose sight of everything I was planning on doing beforehand.
Yep, that's...
I came to my senses after Judith told me. Until now, I've been dragging the rest of you around with me like there's no tomorrow.
Hey, it could be worse. If you were Empress, one word from you and the entire Empire would run off to do your bidding.
Yeah. I kind of feel like coming with you was the right choice.
Oh yeah?
I've been able to see all sorts of new things. I still don't know whether I'm going to take the Imperial throne, but there are still so many things left to learn about in this world.
And Pharaoh's one of those things?
It scares me to think about it, but I have to know what he meant by saying I was the insipid poison of this world.
It sounds like you've made up your mind.
Yuri?
Hmm?
I might end up trying to order you guys around. Next time I do that, yell at me, would you?
Sure. It's not the sort of personality trait that's easy to fix by yourself. Though there's another
True.
guy who's also a tough nut to crack. So I think we'll let him be the one we vent our frustration on.
Well, I'm going back to the inn. I'll see you.
No.
Oh? Are you going to look for that Cumore guy by...
Nah, just going on a walk.
just out for a walk like you?
What you said to Estelle earlier hasn't been gnawing at you, has it?
What I said earlier.
Didn't you say some pretty harsh things?
Oh, right. Sorry to beat you to the punch like that.
What? You didn't beat me to the punch on anything.
You were going to tell her the same thing that I did, weren't you?
What, you figured it out? You don't have to apologize for something like that.
All right.
So weren't you going off to look for Cumore after feeling bad about hurting Estelle with what you said?
No, I wasn't. You don't believe me?
You care for other people's feelings a lot more than you let on, I think.
No, not at all.
Well, whatever.
What about you? Aren't you going out to look for him?
I told you already, I'm just going for a walk.
Is that everybody? Rita. Totally forgot
Do you
about you.
really plan on helping Estelle find that pharaoh whatever?
Yeah, I guess so.
Didn't that thing say that Estelle was an insipid poison or
Yeah, I heard.
After something like that, I guess you can't just tell her to forget about the whole thing. But it won't help her if she uses that as an excuse.
Yeah, I'm worried that...
What are you talking about? That's what is happening.
Yeah, maybe.
But...
You're saying I should take her back to the castle?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
It was her decision. We have to let her figure out what she should really do.
You realize it might come to blows with this pharaoh guy, right? She won't get to figure out anything at all if she dies.
She's not gonna die. That's why I'm going with her.
Ugh, have it your way then.
I think I will. Thank you. No rest for the wicked, I guess.
Ready to go?
What should we do?
That one has her own matters to attend to.
That sounds about right.
So, first to the harbor and then find a boat?
Huh? You mean...
Are you coming too?
Yeah.
Wasn't there something you had to go do?
You were going to investigate the air craner, weren't you?
It turns out the one at Cave Mock the Commandant asked me to look into has already been researched. I hadn't really made up my mind about which route to take to research the others.
So you'll be using us to help with your investigations?
Well, there's no guarantee I won't run into trouble like back at Heliord. Anyway, it'll be safer for me this way than going alone.
Nice to see your glowing personality hasn't changed.
This means we'll be able to travel together again.
Yeah, you know, it's no big deal. Anyway, we were going to the harbor.
To be young again, I tell.
You got something you want to say?
Whoa! Down!
To the harbor then.
I can't take it anymore. I'm seriously gonna starve.
Can I eat a gel?
No.
Does the pooch look a little scary to anyone else?
Oh, he's probably just hungry enough for his wild instincts to kick in.
The pooch isn't the only one about to go wild.
I'm no good at diets, seriously.
This isn't a diet, it's a fast. Why do we have to stop eating too?
We can't have delicious smells just wafting by. We're just as hungry as you are.
What a tyrant.
What is this?
Oh, Yoder!
Oh, it's you all. We meet again.
So what's a successor to the Imperial throne doing in a place like this?
I've been working with the Dawn to officially seal our Treaty of Friendship.
Is it going well?
Well, I wish I could say it were going.
I can imagine. That Heracles monstrosity kind of made the Union really not like the Empire.
Yes. And now, prominent members of the Empire are voicing their doubts regarding the Friendship Treaty.
The conditions that Don gave the Empire were for a treaty of equality, after all.
And they are certainly not on equal footing with something like that.
Yes. Had I known about Heracles beforehand, I could have stopped them. But
You didn't know about that thing? You're in line to be Emperor.
I know, but I have no authority over the Imperial Knights.
The Imperial Knights act on orders from the Emperor alone. They do not report to anyone else.
Well then, it's easy. Just become Emperor.
You mean...
Becoming Emperor isn't as simple.
Why not?
To ascend to the throne, one must possess the imperial treasure, Dane Nomos. But Dane Nomos went missing around the time of the Great War, 10 years ago.
Huh. So that's the real story why we still don't have an emperor.
And that's why Rago wanted to get his hands on Dane Nomos.
What was that, Yuri?
Forget it, it's nothing.
Anyway, is it really okay for an Imperial candidate to be wandering the streets like this?
I was just on my way to Heliord.
Ah, that is closer to Dongress than this place is. Negotiations would probably go smoother there.
I believe so too.
Master Yoder, we should be off.
If you'll please excuse me.
Goodbye. Yoder. Master Yoda, come on. Yoda, Yoder.
The two barrier blastia of this city and Nor Harbor were originally a single blastia.
Did you read that in one of your books back in the castle?
Yes, actually there were 3 pieces. The last piece sunk in the sea between the two cities.
I wonder if you could raise that Blastia. And if you sold it, you could live like a king forever.
The Empire would have already done it if they could. Any idiot could come up with that idea.
You don't have to be mean about it.
Against that many?
I wouldn't do that even if I had 9 lives.
What's going on?
Halt! If you won't do the work I've paid you for, then I want my money back. Add the Indigo Beasts to the blacklisted guilds.
Yes, Madam President.
Isn't that the woman we met at
Yeah, that's her all right.
Why did...
We just met her once a while back. Is she a friend of yours?
I wouldn't say I know her. She's the president of Fortune's Market, one of the 5 Master Guilds.
In other words, she's one of the top dogs of the Union.
Hey, I just got an idea.
What's up, Carol?
Maybe she could get a boat for us to take across to Desier.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Yuri Lowell, you've come...
Huh, I guess those wanted posters really do work.
Listen, I've got a job that would be just
Hard labor, huh?
I like a man who can cut to the chase. As you may have heard, schools of mermen often attack cargo ships at this time of year.
Huh? But I thought there was another guild that always served as your escort.
It seems the leader of the mercenary guild I hire passed away suddenly, so they aren't available. The other Guardian guild simply has no backbone. I don't know what to do.
What was the name of that Guardian guild you mentioned?
The Blood Alliance.
Gee, I wonder what could have happened to them.
You're all as guilty as I am.
Hate to disappoint you, but we're in the middle of something right now, so...
Wait, Yuri, what about the boat?
Did you say...
We've made a guild of our own.
We're called Brave Vesparia.
That's a wonderful name. Well then, shall we talk business? Mutual gain is one of the basics of all business, you know. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Sorry, but like I said, we're in the middle of a job. We can't take on...
We won't call it business then. Let's just say we'll cooperate as 2 guilds helping each other out. That way we won't be going against any guild principles. There are various incentives for getting along with me, you know.
All right, we can talk, but we need to go to Nordopolica. We can't afford any detours.
Fine with me. The mermen are only a problem in the waters near here. As long as I get to another port, once we arrive, I won't have any trouble making arrangements with another ship.
Wow, she means...
So, do we have a deal?
I have the sinking feeling we just got tricked into...
Fortune's Market isn't known as the best group of salesmen under the sun for nothing.
This isn't so bad. Now we have a way to cross over to Desier.
I'll even throw in a bonus for all of it.
Bonus? What do you mean?
If we arrive safely in Nordopolica, I'll give you the boat we used to get there.
Really?
The boat looks pretty beat up, but it's still a good deal.
Right?
So these mermen must be pretty tough customers if you're willing to part with them.
I'll leave that to your imagination.
You gotta get to fight the
Figured as
merman.
much.
Marvelous. We have a contract. Now that we've settled the details, I'd like you to get to work right away. Just let me know when you've made your preparation.
Okay, we'll do. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go. Do, 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 do.
This is the Fiertia. She'll be your ship as soon as you've escorted her to Nordopolica.
Nice.
And this man is Tokunaga of Gull's Song, a maritime guild affiliated with Fortune's Market.
I'm Tokunaga. Very nice to meet you.
He's only on board for
Nice
this
to meet you.
voyage,
Nice
so
to meet you.
next time be sure to hire your own pilot. We're not in a hurry, but these are important
Ooh.
negotiations, so I really appreciate the help.
What is the ship's cargo?
That's confidential info.
It's nothing we should be worried about, is it?
Relax. We've got it covered.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Head towards
You don't want to tell
Nordopolica.
us. It's a bad sign.
Go directly southwest from Torum Harbor and you'll see the Desir continent. Nordopolica is at the eastern edge.
I hope you won't mind if I go over the Fiertia's controls for you. You can only disembark from the ship where you see a dock, a port, or a beach. You won't be able to get onto land where there are cliffs. Of course, the ship can't pass over rocks, but you'll also have to keep her out of the shallows around islands. You might be able to take her into some rivers, if they're deep enough. However, if there's a bridge spanning the river, you won't be able to take her under. We wouldn't want to clip off our mast. And that's about it.
Alright, get in a boat.
It'll be nice if we don't run into the mermen.
That's pretty wishful thinking.
You're quite the pessimist for your age, girlie.
I'm just a realist.
Anyway, thanks for your help. Looks like we're gonna make it there on time.
Yeah, Leviathan's Claw was going to beat us there if we hadn't found an escort for the ship.
The Empire is behind this? No, that couldn't be. It's mages that are supervising the Blastia district.
Ah, right.
Everyone, be careful!
These are mermen.
The world's spinning. I think I'm getting seasick.
Did that monster just say so?
That voice sounds familiar.
Well, well, aren't you a chatty monster?
Are they all together?
We'll crush them all!
Reaper Present Lunar Monster! Oh, enduring protection! Barrier! Lunar Oh, Divine Spear, run like an
Alright, who's next?
Lunar Crush! A cornered cat becomes a lion. Or so they say.
You're true to your reputation. I was right to...
I tell you, brave Vesparia doesn't have any shame in working an old man down to the bone.
Oh my.
Even while I'm looking for Apatheia and doing all sorts of other things.
Apatheia? Isn't that what you were looking for back in Nor Harbor?
That's right.
That's nothing but a fairy tale. I researched it a while back, but eventually I realized that there's simply no way it can theoretically exist.
I'm well aware people think it's a fairy.
Why are you looking for?
Well, because the Don told me to.
It's still alive.
What is going on? Is it the pirate girl? It is the pirate girl.
Patty! Well, that was a pleasant voyage.
Can you really call it a voyage when you're in a monster's belly?
What are you doing all the way out? I was hunting for treasure when I fell into the ocean, but a nice monster came to play with me.
Well, I'm glad you didn't become part of a complete breakfast.
This is all well and good, but can we get the...
Yeah, sure.
Ah!
So that wasn't a...
With a ship, we can go practically anywhere we want.
Estelle, I know you want to look for Pharaoh, but don't you think we have more important things to do for the moment?
Do you think?
I'll do what I want. Don't worry about me.
We just started our guild. We should err on the safe side, don't you think, Carol?
Yeah.
All right. Then feel free to give me directions about our course.
The fog's gotten awfully...
Yeah.
Fog like this is usually a...
Knock it off!
Talk like that long enough and...
Hey, Front, I'm...
What is that? That's an old
ghost
ship.
ship.
I've never seen that type.
I think it says... the Atherum.
Ooh.
That's weird. There's no...
It's like...
No way! Come on! Get the Fiertia going!
I don't know why, but the Sarah's Blastia ain't
What do you mean? What the hell is wrong with it?
You think this thing's the problem?
Ooh, maybe it's a cursed ghost ship.
Ooh.
You don't really think so, do you? Why don't we go take a look? I love this sort of thing.
What?
Well, we don't know what's wrong with the Blastia. We gotta go take a...
Are you planning on just leaving the Fiertia like...
All right, why don't 4 of us go investigate while the rest stay here and keep watch?
That should be fine.
Okay, so repeat and I'll go. And who's the third person?
I'm not going. No way.
Yuri, why don't you...
Got you.
We need to think about balance when splitting the party. Understand? This ship could also be attacked by monsters.